Hi, my name is Henny Kim, and this video is about a wicked problem in my professional context. It's a quick snapshot of this video. I'm going to share my wicked problem, research related to the topic, my survey data analysis, and possible solutions. Warren Berger, in his book A More Beautiful Question, defines a beautiful question as an ambitious yet actionable question that can begin to shift the way we perceive or think about something, and that might serve as a catalyst to bring about change. Spending some time reflecting on my work as an emergent bilingual students teacher and my experience of being an ELL student, I was able to think of a complex question that is significant to me on both professional and personal levels. How can our school develop a school culture that provides equal learning opportunities and a supportive learning environment to emergent bilingual students? This question is ambitious yet actionable. It can also be categorized as a wicked problem due to the fact that there are several interconnected factors and variables, and that possible solutions to this problem are not right or wrong, but better, worse, good enough, or not good enough. Here's one research that shows how complex my wicked problem is. According to Eldridge, achieving educational equity is a massive goal, and even schools that intend to develop an inclusive and academically challenging environment for developing bilinguals may fall short of providing equity in many ways. Here's one of the variables that affect my wicked problem. Papa Michal investigated the attitudes and beliefs of pre-service content area teachers toward emergent bilingual students by studying over 130 participants from a variety of disciplines. She found that some pre-service teachers held beliefs that could be detrimental to EBS in their classrooms. Some viewed their future ELL students as an extra burden on their time. Others had adopted a deficit model that considers ELL students' home life as deficient. Pre-service teachers can engage in negative thinking and social mirroring that supports their belief that certain minority groups are inferior and not deserving of instructional accommodations. This study shows how emergent bilingual students' learning is supported. Bell and Badger studied survey data from 72 educators who teach EBS in the United States and international locations. In their study, they reported EBS teachers' belief about teaching models as well as collaboration with content teachers. They found that the participants mostly serve ELLs in a pull-out model, strongly favored the pull-out model, mostly collaborated in informal rather than formal contexts, and did not cooperate more formally or more extensively in the push-in and co-teaching models than in the pull-out models. Lastly, several studies mention the importance of collaboration in developing a school culture that provides equal learning opportunities and a supportive learning environment to emergent bilingual students. Brooks, Adams, and Morita Mullany pointed out that EBS are seen as the only responsibility of the EB teachers and EBS programs, and that many EBS teachers feel isolated and unsupported. Russell's research emphasized the importance of a supportive leadership context for inclusion of emergent bilingual students and the emergent bilinguals facilitators' work, school-wide support for EBS, and collaboration and influence of the literacy team. To have a better understanding of my wicked problem and also to gather ideas for possible solutions, I created a survey and posted it on Twitter and Facebook. 25 people responded to my survey, and participants were mostly grades 1 to 12 educators who teach in different countries. Our emergent bilingual students provided equal learning opportunities. 44% of respondents said that EBS are often provided learning opportunities at their school, while 24% answered that EBS are sometimes provided equal learning opportunities. Some observed insufficient educational resources, not enough EBS teacher and home support as reasons for EBS not having the same learning opportunities as their peers. I find it alarming that only 4 out of 25 respondents stated that EBS at their school are always given the same learning experience. Also, 8% of respondents mentioned that EBS are seldom provided equal chances to learn. This data indicates a lack of educational equity for EBS. Next, I looked into the programs offered to support the learning needs of emergent bilingual students. According to my survey data, the most prevalent emergent bilingual programs are pull-out and push-in instructions. This chart shows that the two most common emergent bilingual programs, pull-out and push-in, are preserved as the most effective in meeting the academic needs of emergent bilingual students. Pull-out and pull-in programs were each chosen by 28% of respondents. Some respondents preferred the pull-out program since it provides intensive English instructions and academic vocabulary lessons. For the push-in program, the reasons include understanding the grade-level curriculum and expectation of the class and 2 teachers in one classroom. One interesting pattern I noticed is that most teachers who have bilingual programs at their school deem bilingual program the most effective. To build a school culture that provides equal learning opportunities and a supportive learning environment to emergent bilingual students, teachers should be well trained. Hence, through my survey, I wanted to know how schools support teachers in developing knowledge and skills to effectively teach emergent bilingual students. 44% of respondents were provided professional development sessions by their schools to help them better support EBS, while 36% were not offered any training sessions. This data shows that some teachers might not have enough knowledge to provide proper learning opportunities for EBS, and that schools do not prioritize EBS learning despite the fact that EBS is one of the most rapidly growing student populations. Among the 44% of respondents who stated that their school provides PRODI, some found that sessions hosted by the ELL department as well as counselors and workshops on engagement and various instructional strategies most useful. Lastly, through my survey, I was able to gather other teachers' opinion on how schools can better support EBS. Some of the suggestions include additional professional development session, culturally responsive teaching and resources, after-school programs, and bilingual forums for parents. One response that stood out to me was more collaboration between EB teachers and classroom or general education teachers. This data gave me ideas for some possible solutions to my wicked problem. Learning from other researchers and my survey data analysis, I found some possible solutions to my wicked problem. How can our school develop a school culture that provides equal learning opportunities and a supportive learning environment to emergent bilingual students? I believe that more support from school administrators as well as more collaboration between EBS and content teachers would help alleviate this problem. Through this Wicked Problem project, I was able to gain a deeper understanding of the problem itself and possible solutions. As I mentioned earlier, the question, how can our school develop a school culture that provides equal learning opportunities and a supportive learning environment to emergent bilingual students, is ambitious yet actionable. It is also a wicked problem due to several interconnected factors and variables. Possible solutions to this problem are not right or wrong, but better, worse, good enough, or not good enough. As part of my possible solution, I created forums to foster collaboration between EBS teachers, content area teachers, and school administrators. The EBS collaboration forum is created to make collaborating easier for teachers when supporting EBS learning needs and monitoring their progress. The purpose of the second document, the post-exit EBS monitoring form, is to help EBS teachers, content area teachers, and school administrators to collaboratively monitor students who have exited the EBS program. These 2 documents are posted on my blog, so please feel free to download and use them. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or would like to share some input on my Wicked Problem project, please feel free to contact me via email or Twitter.